We are going live in three, two, one. We are live now. You may start.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Sonam from Intas HRD, and it is my pleasure to welcome all Intas Parivar members to today's financial planning session. As you know, at Intas, we believe in supporting not only your professional growth but also your overall well being, like emotional, physical, and financial. Last month, we had a truly enlightening session with Dr. Deepak Raheja. The title was Discover Your Calm. Many of you shared positive feedback on how impactful and refreshing that session was. So, continuing our commitment to holistic well being today, we bring you another important topic: financial planning. In today's world, financial awareness is not just a helpful, it's a essential understanding how to manage money, how to differentiate between saving and investing, and how to prepare for future milestones can make a significant difference to our lives and our family's securities. So, to guide us through this crucial subject, we have with us Mr. Deep Gasbe, a renowned expert with over 22 years of experience in India's retail wealth creation space. His practical insights and real life examples will surely help us look at our finances in a more structured and confident way. So, I'm certain that all of you are eager to learn, reflect, and strengthen your financial planning journey through today's session. So, before we begin, I would like to request our Executive Vice President Jay Sir to address us and share with his thoughts. Sir, over to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much, Sonam, for a nice introduction and to begin the session. And I welcome Mr. Deep in the session. And as Sonam has said, Mr. Deep is coming with more than 2 decades of financial planning advisory experience, and he's running his own company called Imperial Money, wherein he is a founder, CEO, and managing roughly a 700 crore of asset management under his company's name. So it's a vast experience, and I think it's an opportunity for all of us to know about the financial planning. As we know, in our Gujarati, they are saying that "Trevor Trijo Bhai" means, in English, I have to translate, judicious spending is as good as, some one more family member is earning in the family. So judicious spending, but then this is a balancing is income and expense, how best we are managing our income and our expense, and how we are articulating our goal, financial goal. Because if we in a corporate culture, corporate offices, we work towards our KRS and goals. In our personal life, personal finance space also, we need to create our goal, and we have to work towards that. It's not individual, it's the entire family who is working towards the goal of you know um, buying house or children's education or marriages, or retirement planning, emergency fund, security to the family in the untowards incident happens. So there are many things, and life these days are in a lot of insecurity. So in that insecurity, how best we can secure ourselves, secure our family member and loved one, that is very, very important. And therefore, financial planning is also important, because it's basically a habit which everyone has to learn, cultivate, and practice. These are the age old practice, but somehow we miss this in a different situation of the life, and how to come back on the track. If we have not started yet, I think with the knowledge from Deep, we will be able to come back on the track, and we will try to put our goals before our life, and we will try to achieve that goals, and we will give that kind of security to our family, ourselves. I will not take much time, because this is very interesting subject, and I am also equally eager to hear Deep, like all of you. And I request Deep to take this session and enlighten us on the subject matter. Thank you very much, Deep, for joining this call and making us educated about the most important part of the life.
Thank you very much, Jashbhai. It was indeed a fantastic start what you did. And thank you very much, Sonam, for giving my introduction so well and candid. I believe to be in Intas and that to be Intas Accord family, it's amazing to be right interact with all of you. And to start the session, let me ask you one particular. Today what we will be having is not the pharma dose, but the paise ka dose. And I believe that paise ka dose is equally important for everybody's life. Just like the pharma dose is important in the life of even doctor and even the patient, right? So the candid money conversation with all of you is a great privilege, and I thanks Mangesh sir for really giving me this opportunity to interact with all Intasians across the India and the globe. So the quick reality check let's have, because I want you to really think every time and every slide. I ask one question to all of you that हाउ मेनी ईयर्स हैव यू वर्कड फॉर. तो ये कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा ना आप अपने दिमाग में कीजिएगा कि मैंने कितने साल काम किया है, हाउ मेनी ईयर्स आई वर्कड फॉर. दैट इज पॉइंट नंबर 1. पॉइंट नंबर 2, roughly how much you have earned in total based on your average salary. Now what I mean to say the roughly how much you earned is you start with your basic salary, जो पहला salary आपका हुआ था, this first salary what you got as an employee, and the today's salary, right? And come in between of both, and then calculate this median salary into the number of years what you earned the money, right? Now you'll require some time out of it, so I would request कि आप उसमें थोड़ा सा time ले लीजिएगा, इसको calculate कीजिए. After calculating this, please divide by 60 and 40. So 60% part, which is basically you expend, you have the expenses on all your routine stuff, right? So उसको निकाल दीजिए, and remaining whatever like 40% which is having there with you, right? Ask one question to yourself. How much that 40% it's standing with, where it is standing in your bank account or not, or an investment. And please do not calculate your रहता हुआ घर, that is residential home, as your investments. Why? Because जिस दिन आपने वो calculate करना चालू कर दिया ना, that दिन आपको अस्ते पे आना पड़ेगा. Right? So don't calculate it. It is not your home. It is not your asset. It is your place wherein actually you are feeling the cozy, right? So please calculate this. And if you're having this answer ki whatever that 40% you're coming across and it is available in your investments and your bank account is a liquid assets, then you are absolutely on the right track. And if you're not having that money or that assets in your bank account on today or put together all, आपकी FD, आपका ये, आपका वो, आपका real estate, everybody, everything, right? इसमें आपके parents ने जो आपको दिया उसको calculate please मत कीजिएगा, because that is not yours. It is inherited, right? And if answer is yes, that 40% is there, not even 30% is there, I would say you are doing a fantastic job. And if at all it is not there, then this session is for you. So going ahead of the session is, what is uninvited expenses? So expenses are ready even more than salary around. मतलब expenses are ready, आपकी salary आने के पहले expenses आ जाते हैं. Is that right or wrong? Right? Point number 2, your salary comes from Intas. आपकी salary Intas से आ रही है. Mangesh sir is not, and Jay sir is making sure that every 28, every 30 the salary should come. But लेके कौन जाता है? Amazon, Zomato, Swiggy, EMIs, घर वाली, इधर वाला, उधर वाला, तो थोड़े बच्चे के खर्चे, and you don't know मेरा salary कब आया, कब चले गया, right? And that's a real fact of everybody's life, right? And what is exactly happening with me is income minus expenses is equal to savings is equal to 0. And that's what actually Jayesh bhai told कि हम लोग क्या करते हैं, वो गुजराती में कहावत होती है ना, पैसों को काम पे नहीं लगाते, तो होते कहानी यही है कि income minus expenses is equal to saving is equal to 0. And that is the real fact. I believe most of us are having the challenge, right? So let's understand पति की बात क्या है. तो पति की बात यह है कि even before the money arrives, our expenses are already planned and waiting for. पैसे आने के पहले खर्चे आ जाते, EMI बाकी के पैसे लेके जाती है, बाकी का जो WhatsApp फॉरवर्ड जैसा होता है वैसा. Then we'll learn how to filter all this. तो हम लोग सीखेंगे कि how actually we need to filter all this, right? So wealth destroyers कौन है? First, any one of you who is having the high interest loans of personal and or the professional, और कहीं से आपने कुछ लिया है, कुछ आपको फर्नीचर बनाना था, कुछ मोबाइल खरीदना था, या whatever, like if your interest is anything in between 11% to 13% or even a 10%, you are actually draining your money. You yourself is draining your money. That is point number one. Point number two, who is a wealth destroyer? Your personal loan turning your public property. आपका पर्सनल लोन ना पूरे गांव को बताता है कि आपने पर्सनल लोन लिया है. So you are not a personal actually. That personal loan is not personal. It becomes a public. Every पूरी दुनिया को पता चल जाता है that you brought a personal loan. And how much interest you are paying? Very hoofing. So that is also the wealth destroyer. Minimum due culture. So आपने personal loan लिया और आपने credit card पे loan लिया, and then what you are doing? You're paying the minimum due, and then that is ruining your in every month and month and month and month and month, right? And at the end of the year, you're looking at कि मैंने interest तो भर दिया, but actually no, मेरा principal उधर का उधर ही जो मुझे देना है. So it's the maximum trouble actually you're getting, which is a wealth destroyer, right? Another, show of spending. Oh, I need to have the iPhone 17, है ना? और वो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? iPhone 17 लोन पे लेते हैं. So actually it is not leaving anything but to show yourself, and it is that show off is actually nothing creating any wealth for you. Impulse shopping. Nowadays, all the social media is sending you the mails and WhatsApps and the notifications. Midnight sell. Midnight rates are falling by 30%, 40%, 50%. एंड रात को जब आप शॉपिंग करते हो ना, सुबह उठने के बाद आपको पता चलता है एक्चुअली दोज आर्टिकल्स विच एक्चुअली यू शॉप्ड, नो, you don't require it. One more thing which I can tell, which I will tell you, every Diwali we make the cleaning of the home, and we can find out of all this cleaning of the home, the 60, 70, 80% articles or the aspects which you shopped, actually you didn't use also for the entire year. Agree or not agree? So you have to see that this impulse shopping should not be the part of your life, because it's a wealth destroyer, right? So random trips, hot chasing stocks, this is another way of destroying the wealth. I understand future and option. I understand the option chain. This is unnecessary garbage entering into home and your portfolio also. So please don't get into these random tips, hot stocks. Yesterday only some very wealth influencer got a SEBI notice of 600 crores. I'm sure that everybody is knowing. So the person who knows so much of tips about and tricks about the wealth, then why is selling the product of education? He should make the wealth by doing it. Why is educating the people? That means whatever the people, those who are saying this is an education product, is basically fake. So you have to make sure that you should be away from the wealth destroying products. पति की बात क्या है? पति की बात यह है, जस्ट लाइक द बॉडी हैज अ साइलेंट किलर. बॉडी के अंदर ना अगर आपने गलत चीज डाल दी तो इट बिकम्स साइलेंट किलर. सो वेल्थ हैज अ साइलेंट किलर टू. एंड व्हाट इज दैट? दे क्वाइटली ईट योर फ्यूचर. द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज टू रिकॉग्नाइज इट. सो यू नीड टू रिकॉग्नाइज इट कि व्हिच आर द वेल्थ डिस्ट्रॉयर्स. एंड वंस आई एम गोइंग टू रिकॉग्नाइज इट, मेरा 90% काम हो गया. लेकिन अगर मैंने उसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया तो वो ड्रेन आपको जिंदगी भर करते रहेंगे. अग्री नॉट अग्री? नाउ द होम लोन रियलिटी चेक. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस. घर अपना है या बैंक का ही आपको डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा. मेजॉरिटी पीपल टुक द होम लोन एंड व्हाट दे से, होम लोन यूजफुल है लेकिन लिमिट में. यू हैव टू मेक श्योर, बिकॉज वंस यू टेक द होम लोन ना, मतलब हमने 40 लाख का लोन लिया, बिलीव मी, आप 80 लाख रुपए बैंक को देते हो अगले 20 साल में. कैन यू इमेजिन? और 20 साल के बाद जो घर का रेट रहता है ना, वो 1 करोड़ के ऊपर नहीं रहता. तो आपने पैसा बनाया कि गवाया? दैट इज अनदर क्वेश्चन विच आई वांट टू टेल यू. मतलब यू नीड टू आस्क टू योरसेल्फ. सो दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी रियलिटी चेक ऑफ होम लोन. So please see that कि whatever the home loan which you are taking, it should be in very very limit, right? Home loan long term is long term pressure. Long term high EMI is a long term pressure. Honestly, I'm telling you. EMI is equal to every month injury for lifetime. My definition of EMI is every month injury. So please don't, before taking the injury, you have to ask this question to yourself whether I'm doing right or wrong. पति की बात क्या है? I'm not against the home loan. Honestly, I'm telling you, I'm not against the home loan, but I'm against the blind home loan. The bigger the loan, the smaller the flexibility what you'll be having. The home should come with the financial freedom, not to making the unpaid slave employee of the bank. So once you take the home loan, I have so many examples. They took the home loan for the name, बड़ा घर बनाया मैंने, लेकिन बाद में क्या? स्लेव ऑफ द बैंक. बैंक को फ्री में एक एम्प्लॉय मिल गया जो अगले 20 साल उनके लिए काम करने वाला है. तो you have to decide whether you wanted to work for the Intas or work for the bank. Right. So there is something is really important. So why most of the people not plan? Few very small examples. No time. Feel your salary is too small. So what's the point of planning? Actually not. Honestly, I'm telling you. Money feel like a boring subject. मुझे ना पैसे वैसे में क्या रखा है जिंदगी में? There is no point to speak about money. पैसे से क्या होता है साहब? कुछ नहीं होता मालिक. पैसे से जो होता है ना वो बाकी किसी चीज से नहीं होता. Believe me, I'm telling you. Only get serious when problem hits. Yes, you only get serious when your problem is coming at the point. And then हाँ यार मैंने कुछ प्लान नहीं किया. My God, ये तो क्या होगा? मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था. Right? And then what is the पत्ते की बात is you are proactive with the health checkups, right? But reactive with the money, right? So planning isn't subject for the rich. Planning is what makes the person rich. मैं हमेशा एक चीज बोलता हूं क्या कि मेरा 10 रुपया मेरे लिए ना 10 करोड़ के बराबर है. The 10 rupees of mine is 10 crore equal to 10 crore for me. Because किसी के लिए 10 करोड़ जो है ना वो 10 रुपए के बराबर हो सकता है. बिल्कुल पॉसिबल है, राइट? बट मेरा 10 रुपए मेरे काम का है एंड आई शुड प्लान माई 10 rupees efficiently so that it can become the 10 crore. Agree, not agree? Right. So this is a very, very important question which I feel that you should really ask to yourself. So what do we need to do? So when the problem is there, you have to remove something wherein your entire dust will going to go, and you will be actually the things which is actually draining, and you need to clear the path of your life, right? And when you're going to clear it, you need to recognize that a problem hai. But most of the time, what is happening? We don't recognize it, and that is a crime. Honestly, I'm telling you. So you have, and what crime we are doing with? So we are doing this crime with ourselves. So I would request everyone to please make sure that you should recognize these challenges, and that is the 90% job to get done. Now coming to the point, what is the correct formula for the life? The correct prescription of the life is basically income minus expenses is equal to saving is equal to financial freedom. So कितना expenses करना है? पहले income minus पहला expense is equal to saving. नहीं, income minus saving is equal to expense is what actually you need to see. I intentionally write there income minus expenses नहीं करना है. Income minus saving is equal to expenses करना है. Then you are going to get the financial freedom. पति की बात क्या है? Just like a medicine, we must take on time. The money also follows the rule. Fix your saving dose first. पहला saving, then expenses. Leave on the rest. Saving more is always more powerful than earning more. I always say that. Who are wealth builders? The wealth builders are basically the fantastic products like regular disciplined saving, debt-free or low debt life. You have the right asset class. You should have the right medicine. So you should have to choose the right asset class in your wealth when you are thinking to build. Equity for the long term goals is a fantastic stuff. Why? Because equity के बारे में हम लोग बाद में बात करेंगे, but equity is fantastic product wherein you can really build a fantastic wealth. SIP mutual fund or income building asset is a fantastic product you should really opt for. If you're having it, very nice. If you're not having it, make sure that you should have it. कितना आगे आके बात करेंगे. Emergency fund आपके पास है कि मुझे मालूम नहीं है. If you're having the emergency fund, fantastic. If you're not having the emergency fund, you should have it, right? And the term insurance and health cover has to be there. So once your job is starting, make sure that you should have the term insurance. कितना? At least 1 crore, 2 crore या आपकी salary जितनी है into 20 or 30, and health cover at least 10 lakh plus. Depend on the salary, family background, what you are having. And पते की बात, in pharma, when the product mix is right, the results are strong, because that's what the doctor का काम है, product mix. So in money, when the product mix is right, wealth is created. So you have to make sure that your product mix, when you're building the wealth, should be absolutely right. कुछ ये मैंने क्यों लिखा? There's a very, very important reason. Few people will going to say, "Nee, I like only FD." अरे why FD? It is a destroyer. I like only real estate. I understand real estate. Why real estate, bhai? I have to understand ki how much real estate in alpha is generating out of it. When you're selling it out, how much percentage of return actually making out of it? No. So one has to understand that there is nothing wrong and right while building the wealth. It is basically the product mix. Freedom from loan addiction is very, very important. So you have to see that close high loan interest first, high interest loans first. Point number 2, avoid taking new personal loans unless absolutely necessary. अभी इसके बगैर मैं जिंदा नहीं रह सकता, इसके बगैर मैं जिंदा नहीं रह सकता, तभी प्लीज टेक द पर्सनल लोन्स, एल्स नॉट नीडेड. Pay your credit card bills in a way full every month. Don't keep it in the laggards. Treat EMIs as emergencies, not lifestyle. These are the emergencies. These are not lifestyles, right? And the one simple target, reduce your loan dependency over next 3 to 5 years. And that's where actually you have to plan it. And which loans, that is most important. One more important thing. Which loans the loans which are going on 11 to 13%. If the loans are at 8 to 9%, then we can speak about it, that how we need to really manage it. So what is pate ki baat? Pate ki baat, the day your salary arrives and along with the bank alert, you're receiving the message of investment also. That is the day when your life is getting back on a track. So moving from EMI to SIP is actually the real promotion. So Intas का money framework क्या है? Split the monthly income into 20% to 30% in long-term investments and SIPs. This is the important mantra. Keep 10% as an emergency fund and the protection fund. जो बचा उससे लाइफस्टाइल ट्रैवल का प्लान करो एंड 50 to 60% आपका जो है it should go the necessary expenses including EMIs. This is a very simple funda of life, and if you can follow this funda, believe me, I'm telling you, you will never going to land up in any kind of challenge in a problem. Believe me. So what is the pate ki baat in this? So this isn't fixed mathematics, it's a principle. This is not a mathematics which I'm sharing with you. It's a principle. Pay yourself first, then to the world. What is happening in our case? First we are paying to the world and then we are paying to ourselves. So that is the wrong mathematics and the principle. The first portion of your salary belongs to your future, not to the other future. And the rest is your present. So make sure that this has to be the part of your life. Now, save more is greater than earn more. This is I always say. Saving more is greater than earning more. So even आपकी salary कुछ भी हो, but if your saving is more, then certainly you are going to build a much better assets than anyone else who is having the bigger assets. How? The saving habit is more powerful than salary. That I always say. High salary without saving equals to stress. The average salary with a high saving equals the peace plus progress. Job change करने की habit बहुत अच्छी नहीं है. Habit चेंज करने की हैबिट इज अ बेटर हैबिट, क्योंकि उससे ज्यादा पावरफुल आपको सेविंग करने की जब हैबिट लगेगी, दैट विल गोइंग टू ब्रिंग अ लॉट ऑफ मीनिंग टू योर लाइफ. एंड व्हाट इज द पते की बात इन दिस? इफ योर हैबिट डजंट चेंज, इट डजंट मैटर हाउ बिग योर सैलरी पैकेज, whatever the salary package if you would be having, if your habit will not be of saving, it will ruin always, and end result it will be still the same. So today if at all it is a 1 lakh, tomorrow it will be 2 lakh, then 5 lakh, but if your habit will not change, it will be always ruined, always. And switching the jobs is not actually the right behavior. Switching the behavior is a better behavior, right? So your next 12 months action plan is most important. How and what it is, this should be it is month 1 to 2nd. What you need to do is list all the loans and expenses, start one SIP. That is point number 1. Point number 2, month 3 to 6, high interest loan reduction, emergency fund you need to build. And month 7 to 12, increase the SIP amount gradually and lower down your life expenses thoroughly and thoughtfully. What is the pate ki baat in this? Keep your action plan realistic. Don't make anything haphazard which is not practically possible. Life doesn't change completely in 1 year, believe me, in 1 month. When I'm sharing with you this particular plan, it will not going to get changed in one single go, right? It will going to take some time, but you need to plan it well. The direction changes, and the direction is what shapes your destiny. The small steps, baby steps, because that baby steps in a compounding gives the huge result. What is a small example of this? So let's say, इसका कंपाउंडिंग का जो एग्जांपल है मैं बाद में आता हूं, एंड आई सर्टेनली विल शेयर विद यू एग्जांपल ऑफ कंपाउंडिंग रिगार्डिंग दिस, राइट? सो व्हाट वी कैन एम फॉर, so from salary retention to financial freedom is very important and confidential. So same job but better money habits, same company but better future, same income but the better saving, and आप अपने फैमिली के CFO बन सकते हो. How? तो your designation letter may not say that you're a CFO, but at home, घर पे, you are actually the chief financial officer. So start taking this role seriously from today. And this is what the real promotion, what you would be having. You need to, I would, again, one more important thing which I would like to share with you all. I don't know how many of you are having the discussion at Sunday morning on a breakfast, at the breakfast table along with your family, and you're speaking about ki this is my balance sheet, this is our saving, this is a plan of action, and this is how actually we have to build the saving for this objective to achieve. I don't know how many of you are speak to this entire kind of discussion with your father, with your family, that is wife, with your son, or your mother also. What we do most of the time, चाचा ने ये बोला, मामा ने ऐसा बोला था, चाचू को समझता नहीं क्या, आत्या को तो पता ही नहीं चलता है. We speak this kind of logical things, but we never speak about how the money will going to get growth on a breakfast table or a lunch table, right? So if you're not having this habit, I would request everyone, please start this habit on every Sunday. Sit on a table, plan your finances along with your family, involve everyone that how we can be financially rich and free. What I do, so then that is the most important topic. What I do, so I work into the mutual fund. हम लोग mutual fund के distributor and national. We have around 1700 mutual fund distributors pan India and the globally also. So we distribute the mutual funds. I do the research equity broking as well. So we do the research equity broking, wherein a lot of support system we are giving to the people at Imperial Money. We do the portfolio management services, that is a PMS. What we do? We do alternate investments and other funds as well. We do the specialized investment funds also. We do the bonds. अगर किसी को bonds चाहिए, we do that. We do unlisted securities also, which is a research-oriented unlisted securities, wherein you will not going to land up with the you can say the accidents. We do the NCDs, that is non-convertible debentures. We do fixed deposits. We do structure products. These are very, very specialized products for the family offices, and these are the wealth products basically, but we do that. We do insurance, that is life, health, and general. We do the commodities fund like gold, silver, multi-asset allocation funds. We do that, and we do the even the market-linked debentures also. It's a very, very specialized structure products what we do, right? This is one very, very important example which I am sharing with you, that we can start today the 10,000 rupees of SIP per month with over the period of 20 years. How much money you'll be having? You'll be having the money of, let's say, 2 crore 21 lakhs. And this is the power of compounding. देखिए initially ना आपको कुछ समझेगा नहीं, but after a few time it will become huge. So how much money you invested? Only 68 lakhs. But how much money you will be having is 2.2 crore. And that is how actually you would be achieving your financial freedom. Now, what you would be doing with this 2.2 crore? But before that, अगर आपने इसको delay किया, तो आपका नुकसान कितने का होगा? मोटा मोटा you will going to land up with the 11 lakhs. How? अगर आपने 12 महीने की, if you will going to delay this investments by 12 months, तो 12 महीने में 10,000 रुपए के हिसाब से how much investment you would be supposed to be doing? Only 1.2 lakhs. But how much loss which you would be having of delaying the investments? 11 lakhs. तो 1.2 lakhs अगर हम लोगों ने सिर्फ 12 महीना डिले किया अपनी जिंदगी में, तो 11 lakhs का नेट लॉस विच यू वुड बी हैविंग. एंड दिस इज हाउ एक्चुअली द कंपाउंडिंग वर्क्स. ऐसी इसकी बहुत सारी रील्स आपने देखी होगी. आई एम वेरी श्योर अबाउट इट, राइट. पॉइंट नंबर लास्ट इज वो 2.2 करोड़ का क्या करेंगे आप? ये जो मैंने यहां पे दिखाया था आपको, this 2.2 crore, how you're going to manage this after 20 years? Answer is simple. If you can make the SWP of 1.5 lakhs, क्योंकि आपके आज के जो खर्चे हैं over the next 20 year, it will also get ballooning. So ये कम से कम 1.5 लाख रुपए हो जाएंगे, ऐसा मैं समझ के चलता हूं. अगर उसका आपने हर साल विड्रॉल इवन 2% से बढ़ा भी दिया, मतलब ये जो 1.5 लाख रुपए है, if this 1.5 lakh rupees, you're going to increase every year by 2%. And if your 2.2 crore will going to grow by 12%, next 20 years, you will going to get consistent money with no tax or a very minimal tax. And you'll be having saving of 5.74 crores. This is something amazing plan, believe me, I'm telling. And what is most important which you're going to save is the financial freedom. That is point number 1. And point number 2, that you would be having the tax-free returns per se. So what is most important thing which you're going to save here is tax, right? And with this, I would say a thank you, and we're going to open this Q&A so that we can really answer your question and answers. Here the number of mobile number and the mail ID has been given. In case you want, we can certainly have the conversation also with my office. With this, I'm stopping myself, and let's have some Q&A from all of you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have received many of questions from field.
Yeah.
So this one from Lucknow.
Yeah.
How should we utilize the quarterly, annual, and special incentives?
Fantastic. My question to Sonam you is that incentives are basically आपने incentive क्यों देते हैं आप लोग? Why HRD is giving the incentives? Because of the extra efforts.
Motivates the field
Motivates the
employees.
field staff, right?
Yes.
That means This money is yours or other, matlab, these are the additional money what you're getting, right? So
Right.
please treat this money is not your money. And the moment actually it is coming in your bank account, make sure that it should go into the asset building products, not the liabilities. But what we do, what the other people are doing or everybody is doing, मेरे घर में फ्रिज पुराना है मैं नया लेके आता हूँ, मेरा फोन पुराना है मैं उसको अपग्रेड करता हूँ, मेरे पास गाड़ी पुरानी है उसको मैं नई लेके आता हूँ. What गाड़ी is giving to you? The depreciation fridge, depreciation mobile, depreciation watch, depreciation new clothes, depreciation. So we need to understand कि how we need to treat our money. एक्चुअली हम लोग क्या करते हैं जयेश भाई, हम लोग ना अपने पैसे की बेइज्जती करते हैं. जितनी मेहनत से, शिद्दत से, ताकत से घूम घूम के एक एक डॉक्टर के पास जा जाके चार चार प्रिस्क्रिप्शन ला ला के जो इंसेंटिव मैं कमाता हूं, और उतनी ईमानदारी से जो इंटास मेरे अकाउंट में उसको भेजती है, उसकी पूरी बेइज्जती करते हैं हम लोग, ये असेट डिप्रिसिएटिंग असेट में पैसा डाल के. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट सोनम, वाई योर क्वेश्चन, प्लीज रिस्पेक्ट योर मनी. Because if you're not respecting your hard-earned money, you're actually disrespecting to yourself. Agree, not agree? Indirectly. Right, Sonam? So I would request to every staff member, please treat this incentives is not yours and it should go to the asset building products. Because when you're going to do this, आप उस incentive को याद रखोगे. Let's say you are buying the one mutual fund. Let's say you're buying one 1 एकड़ की जगह ले लिया आपने जो सस्ते में मिल जाए कहीं पे. आपको याद रहेगा मैंने ये इंसेंटिव मेरे इस काम में आया था, राइट? आपको मोबाइल गाड़ी आपको याद है, वो डिप्रिशिएट होती है. सो प्लीज ट्रीट एज अ विद डिग्निटी एंड रिस्पेक्ट.
ओके सर. वैसे सर ये आपने अच्छा बताया कि वी हैव टू रिस्पेक्ट आवर मनी एंड सैलरी.
हाँ,
यस.
if you tell me one thing Jesh bhai, if I will not going to respect my own money, who will going to respect? Amazon, Swiggy तो आपके पैसे की बैंड बजाने के लिए रेडी है. So I have to respect my money. If वैसे भी कहावत है ना, आपने कोई सेशन भी किया होगा, if I will not going to respect myself, who will going to give the respect to me?
Nobody.
Nobody, even not my kids, because I myself is not respecting myself, right? Yeah, please.
Sir, another question from Bangalore. My
Yeah,
current age is 49. How much
yeah.
corpus is required for retirement?
3 crores. Next 10 years, you should make your corpus 3 crores, and this 3 crores should be liquid money. वो फ्लैट ना आपका 1 करोड़ का होगा ना, वैसा बेंगलोर वाले वो कुछ नहीं देने वाला, 30,000 रुपये भी नहीं देगा आपको, गिन के 20-22 हजार रुपये देगा, लेकिन उसमें आपका घर नहीं चलेगा, और वापस 60 के बाद आपको काम करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज 1 करोड़ फ्लैट इज गिविंग यू 20-25,000 रुपीज रेंट. उसका यील्ड निकाल लो आप, कितना होता है? 2.24%. तो 2% पे मैं पैसा डालता हूँ, मैं बड़ा खुश होता हूँ. आप इमेजिन करो, 1 करोड़ का घर लेके मैं उसको रेंट पे चढ़ाता हूँ और उसमें बड़ा खुश होता हूँ, राइट? सो दैट इज अ रॉन्ग प्रैक्टिस. You should have at least 3 crore corpus, and how you can build it, that you can call to our office and we're going to make you understand. But you should have minimum 3 crore corpus when actually you are getting retired. ये मैं आज के एंगल से बोल रहा हूँ, believe me. Next 10 years you would require this much of money. अच्छा, मैं यहाँ एक और चीज बोलता हूँ सोनम, आपके पास ना पैसा कम हो तो प्रॉब्लम है, ज्यादा हो तो इश्यू नहीं है. If you're retiring rich, no problem. But if you're retiring गरीब, प्रॉब्लम है. Yeah, please.
Yes. Next question, sir, from Bhubaneswar.
Yeah.
I have just started my job almost a year ago. Should I think of retirement planning? Is it too early or not?
I believe my first salary should start the SIP. First salary. बट होता क्या है, माँ बाप भी बोलते हैं कि अभी तो जॉब पे लगा है, अभी तो जिंदगी भर उम्र पड़ी है कमाने की, ठीक है कर लेंगे. और वो करते करते ना, बिलीव मी आई एम टेलिंग यू, कब आपके 10 साल निकल जाते हैं ऐसा बोलते बोलते ना, यू नेवर नो ऑल्सो. जयेश भाई, आई एम श्योर दैट यू आर वर्किंग सिंस ऑलमोस्ट लॉन्ग, क्वाइट अ लॉन्ग टाइम. हैव यू कम अक्रॉस कि कितना टाइम कैसे हो गया, पता चला आपको?
नहीं 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 पता
एक्चुअली
चलता
नॉट,
है.
राइट? सो टाइम टाइम पता नहीं चलता, जस्ट फ्लाइज. The moment you are getting the first salary, you should start immediately the SIP of 20% of that money. Even if it is 1,000 rupees, that is all fine, no problem. But saving should be from the first day, on the first day. Because that's where you're going to go to make the money. That's where you're going to make the money.
So next question from Rajkot. I took a instant loan of 2 lakh rupees on my credit card. I
Wow.
pay the minimum amount, do it every month, and use the money to rotate my payments. Is it the right approach or is there a better alternatives?
The first question, why would you want to have the loan on your credit card? Once you are having the loan on a credit card, you never know when your credit will going to get vanish. Point number one. Point number two, it's the most pathetic way of having the money out of it. Believe me, I'm telling you. Point number two, pathetic way of having the loan on a credit card. That is the most wrong way of having the money in your hand. Point number two. Point number three. Please do not only pay the minimum balance, but make sure अगर आपने ले भी लिया है, immediately start paying their principals as early as possible, because if you're going to default on a credit card, it will going to ruin your entire CIBIL. You're not going to get your home loan anymore. You're not going to get any personal loan anymore, because that will going to ruin your entire finances. And then वो पूरे CIBIL को पता चलता है that you took the loan on a credit card, and credit card loan, the interest rate is coming as high as 36%. So that is the most wrong way. I will not want to say that to go with the credit card. Second point, that whenever you need money, I agree. You are actually generating the X amount of salary and you need sometimes some money, no problem. See that which is the instrument which can give you the lowest interest rate. Lowest. Even if for that matter you want to spend entire day by going this bank to that bank, that bank to that bank, that bank to that bank, no problem. Do it. Take the leave, no problem. But make sure that you should have the lowest interest rate in your life for any kind of loan. And that will going to make your life more amazing rather than miserable. So मेरे भाई, आपने जो लोन लिया है क्रेडिट कार्ड पे, पहले फुर्सत में जैसा इंसेंटिव आता है पहले उसको नमस्ते कीजिए, तभी आपकी जिंदगी बहुत अच्छे से जाएगी. Yes or no?
So next question is, if I have to invest 10,000 per month, so where should I have invest?
So your first product should be always the mutual fund. Why? Because I'm telling you the real important thing. Sonam, what is the rate of interest of FD? Jayesh bhai, what is the rate of interest of FD?
6.5 to 7%.
Right. Post tax क्या मिलता है आपको? TDS कटने के बाद 5.5% मिलता है. Right. What is the interest rate? What is the inflation?
Inflation 7%.
7%. Now let's understand the real return. What we understand is a return, but we need to understand real return. What is the real return? आपने 100 रुपए FD में डाला, आपको एक साल के बाद 105 मिला, you got the 105, but minus the inflation is 7. At the end, what is actually remaining, Sonam? 98 or 97. So imagine after a 1 year, actually you'll end up with the 97 rupees and investing 100 rupees. So are you making the money or destroying the money? The real return is always minus inflation. So you should have the instrument which actually gives you the return more than the inflation. And how equity works? Equity gives the returns of GDP plus inflation. So you should add the GDP. So when you're buying the mutual fund, actually you're buying the GDP in other way around. Right. So you should add the GDP in your portfolio. आपको पैसे को काम पे लगाना है. तो आपने क्या करना है? 10,000 में एक 3 और 4 ऐसी 3 अलग अलग SIP लेनी है अच्छे फंड की, एक फ्लेक्सी कैप, एक लार्ज एंड मिड कैप और एक मल्टी कैप. इतना ले लिया. ये सिर्फ इतना देख लेना कि वो ओवरलैप नहीं होना चाहिए, उसके अंदर की जो पोर्टफोलियो की कंपनियां है वो ओवरलैप नहीं होना चाहिए. बिलीव मी, you will going to make at least 12 to 15% returns in those particular SIPs, and over the period of time you will going to generate the compounding effect in your SIP. उसको देखना भी मत, सिर्फ जाने देना. You will going to make the huge money.
Okay, so the next one is, what is systematic withdrawal plan?
Yeah, so that is very important question. So over the period of time when you actually generate the money, और जो अपने वो बैंगलोर वाले साहब है उनका जो बताया था कि मैं अभी 49 का हो गया हूँ और अगले 10 साल में मुझे क्या करना है, right? So when you are 60 or 59 or whatever the age of retirement, तो आपने पैसा accumulate कर लिया. That is a time where actually you are accumulating the money, right? Now it's the time of, at the time of retirement, when you want to use that money, and there's nothing wrong in that, right? So how you're going to use the money? You need money on every month. So you need to plan your assets in such a way wherein you can withdraw the money. That is how it is called as a systematic. अगर आप पैसा जो withdraw कर रहे हो वो systematically कर रहे हो तो it is called as a SWP, systematic withdrawal plan. So mutual fund क्या करता है? Mutual fund is giving you an opportunity कि आपने 2-3 करोड़ का कॉर्पस जमा कर लिया. So let's take an example, Sonam. You accumulated 3 करोड़ का कॉर्पस. On a 3 crore का corpus, you can have 2.1 lakh rupees a month, every month, with the interest of 8% in account. मोटा मोटा टैक्स फ्री, मतलब एकदम मिनिमल टैक्स आता है. And your portfolio, मतलब whatever this 3 crore, it will going to grow by 4%. So 12% returns you would be making in your portfolio. And even if you are withdrawing the money, actually your portfolio is not coming down. What is happening in FD? Actually, the moment you are taking the money out, your FD is going down. Your FD is not growing. Where in mutual fund, that is as the, when you, even if you are withdrawing the money, your portfolio is going up. So I have to see that even if I'm taking the money out, my portfolio should go up. And that is the beauty of SWP. I am sure that I addressed the question which you did not ask, but I added the little one more front, right?
You did.
So point of
Yes,
discussion
sir.
सोनम इसमें ये है कि इवन इफ आप पैसा ले रहे हो ना, तब भी माइंडसेट ये ना चाहिए कि ग्रो होना चाहिए. ग्रोथ को अपने साथ छोड़ना नहीं, कभी भी चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. आपने रिलायंस का लोगो देखा है क्या कभी? उसका टैगलाइन देखा है सोनम? ग्रोथ इज अ लाइफ. मोटा भाई
Yes.
हमेशा बोलता है ग्रोथ इज अ लाइफ. ग्रोथ शुड बी द लाइफ. यस सोनम.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Some of employees is asking, is
Yeah.
there any formula to calculate retirement corpus fund?
Very simple. Very simple. Your today's expenses at the and the number of years whatever you are having into इक्वल कर लो आप. मतलब आज अगर आपका एज 30 का है एंड यूर रिमेनिंग विद 30, ठीक है, तो आज अगर 30,000 रुपए का आपका एक्सपेंसेस है, इंटू 30 कर लीजिए आप, कितना बचता है महीने का? दैट विल बी योर एक्सपेंस. रिमेनिंग एज योर टुडेज एक्सपेंसेस इंटू योर रिमेनिंग एज ऑफ रिटायरमेंट इज इक्वल टू योर एक्सपेंसेस. उसको डिवाइड बाय 2 कर लेना तो और ज्यादा शार्पर हो जाएगा. But you need to, मतलब I'm telling you, people fall into this. I'm telling you, Jayesh bhai, one very, very important question. So today, let's say somebody who's at the age of 30 is having the expenses of 30, right? This is connected with this particular question which Sonam asked just now, right? So let's say if somebody is of 30 and is having the expenses, monthly expenses of 30,000, right? So at the age of 60, he would be having average around 2 से 2.5 लाख रुपए का उसका खर्चा रहेगा, मोटा मोटा पकड़ के चलिए, ठीक है, 10 टाइम्स कर लीजिए उसको, ठीक है, इन अदर वे अराउंड. उसको मैं और थोड़ा सा कर्टल डाउन करके 2 लाख रुपए कर लेता हूँ. नो यू सी द आयरनी, हम लोग सोचते नहीं है जयेश भाई. 2 लाख रुपए का महीने का खर्चा एट द एज ऑफ 60, मंथली 2 लाख, तो ईयरली कितना हो गया सर? 24 लैक्स. अब मैं गलती से 20 साल अगर जिंदा रह गया, सो 4 करोड़ 80 लाख रुपए लगने वाले हैं. तो ये बंदे को एट द एज ऑफ 30 ये पता रहना चाहिए कि आई नीड 5 करोड़ रुपीज व्हेन आई विल गो टू गेट रिटायर, राइट? क्योंकि मैं जिंदा तो रहूंगा, अगर मैं मर गया तो ठीक है, दैट इज ऑल फाइन, लेकिन रह गया तो मुझे पैसा लाके कौन देगा? So, Sonam, yes, the question which you asked, this is again connected with your question, right? That we need to
Right.
deep dive. We have to double down. Whatever we do, it should be double down. Even whatever the sales which we do, it should be double down. Then your performance comes. How the performance comes? It is double down thought process. So we need to double down the thought process on our expenses, on our income, on our earnings also. We need to always double down. Or rather deep dive. Yeah.
Next one is, where to keep emergency fund, in saving or SIP?
लिक्विड फंड, देयर इज अ लिक्विड फंड, फैंटास्टिक प्रोडक्ट लिक्विड फंड. आप शांति से उसमें पैसे डाल दो, आराम से 6-7% मिल जाता है. देयर इज अ लिक्विड फंड, देयर इज आर्बिट्राज फंड, देयर इज इनकम प्लस फंड, देयर इज अल्ट्रा शॉर्ट टर्म फंड. दीज आर द फंड वेर इन यू कैन गेट द मनी इन वन डे. And how much you are getting much better than FD, much better. It is exactly 100 times or 100% better than FD, believe me. I'll give you an example. Just now today, one of my clients withdrew around 1 crore 30 lakhs. ठीक है. 3 months before he gave me this money, 3 months before, he get in 90 days he gets 7.5%. जयेश भाई इसको ध्यान से सुनिएगा. 90 days he gets 7.5% CAGR. In FD for 90 days he would get 3.5%. So just 7.5 to 3.5 कितना हो गया? 100% का डिफरेंस हो गया मोटा मोटा. So just double down the things. ग्रोथ कहां से आएगी देखिए. You make the money. 4 लाख रुपए मिल गए आइडियल पैसे के, नो प्रॉब्लम. So that is the best product, Sonam.
So, sir, next one related to this question, कि which is
Yeah.
better, LIC, SIP or FD?
देखिए LIC के नाम में क्या है, इंश्योरेंस। तो इंश्योरेंस कैन नॉट बिकम द इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोडक्ट, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड। मैं ना एक हमेशा बोलता हूँ इसको, पता नहीं है भाई ये चले जाए वायरल, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बाकी LIC मेरे पे केस कर दे। इस देश को गरीब रखने का काम ना जितना किसी एक पार्टी ने किया होगा, उतना ही LIC ने भी किया है। आई डोंट वांट टू नेम, इट्स अ क्राइम एक्चुअली, ऑनेस्टली आई एम टेलिंग यू, इंश्योरेंस इज ऑलवेज द क्राइम। इंश्योरेंस शुड सी, चलो आई टेल यू, हम लोग फार्मा के धंधे में हैं। क्लोपिडोग्रिल एस्प्रिन का काम कॉम्बिफ्लाइन करेगा क्या? नहीं करेगा। सो हाउ यू कैन ट्रीट इंश्योरेंस एज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोडक्ट? नॉट एट ऑल। You need to give the, मैंने already I shared in my presentation, right? You should have the product mix, right product mix. Then you should have the right product in the life. Life insurance never the never the investment. हमने FD की बात करी, रियल रिटर्न कहां से मिलता है? FD से नहीं मिलता, तो इट शुड नॉट बी द FD। FD द मोस्ट वर्स्ट प्रोडक्ट, बिलीव मी आई एम टेलिंग यू, इन द लाइफ। जिनको कुछ नहीं समझता ना, जिनको दिमाग लगाना नहीं है, जिनको जिंदगी में कुछ करना ही नहीं है, दोज पीपल एक्चुअली डू द FD, बिलीव मी आई एम टेलिंग यू। थोड़ा घर के बाहर निकलिए, आपके आजू बाजू में 10 लोग हैं, उनसे मिलिए, उसका एवरेज निकालिए कि ये लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, एंड देन टेक द डिसीजन। थोड़ा सा अपने पैसे पे काम कीजिए। आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन बाय दिस प्लेटफॉर्म, प्लीज स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन योर मनी। व्हाट वी डू ओनली ऑन वर्किंग, बट वी आर नॉट वर्किंग ऑन आवर मनी, दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम। थोड़ा घर के बाहर निकलिए मेरे भाई, एंड जस्ट वर्क ऑन मनी।
Okay, sir. Next one is how to close home loan early. ये तो हम सभी के लिए है.
So I would tell you one thing very very interesting. एक तो होम लोन लेना नहीं, दैट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन सोनम यू आस्क। द पॉइंट नंबर 1, डोंट टेक द होम लोन। मैं टुडे आई एम 47, आई नेवर टुक द होम लोन। आई मेड माई ओन होम विथ माई सेविंग्स, विथ माई वेल्थ, नॉट बाय लोन। दैट इज पॉइंट नंबर 1। पॉइंट नंबर 2, अभी आपने ले भी लिया, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। अगर आपके लोन को 5 साल हो गए हैं तो उसको अभी क्लोज करने के झंझट में मत पड़ेगी। प्लीज डोंट गेट इनटू द क्लोजिंग द लोन, दैट इज अगेन अनदर क्राइम कर लेंगे आप। व्हाई? बिकॉज फर्स्ट 5 ईयर वो बैंक ना आपको चूस लेती है, दैट बैंक एक्चुअली स्क्वीज यू। फर्स्ट 5 ईयर एक्चुअली यू पे ओनली इंटरेस्ट। सो इफ यू आर नॉट कंप्लीटेड 5 ईयर, pay the principal. But if you you already paid the 5 year, then don't look into the home loan at all. जैसी EMI चल रही है, शांति से उस EMI को चलने दीजिए, क्योंकि पिछले 5 साल में आपने ना अपनी सैलरी वैलरी थोड़ी सी बढ़ा ली है, तो अभी ना वो लोन का इतना प्रेशर रहता नहीं है, तो उसको आपको ज्यादा सोचना भी नहीं है। जस्ट कंटिन्यू द EMI, बट मेक श्योर यू शुड नॉट गेट द अनदर लोन। डू नॉट टेक अनदर लोन। The answer is very simple. If 5 साल not completed, pay the principal, lower down the EMI. But if already completed 5 year, now don't look at the home loan. शांति से 8% का पैसा आपको मिला है, 9% का पैसा आपको मिला है, अगर 9% रिटर्न रेट चल रहा होगा, उसको कम करके 7.5 8 पे लेके आइए, बिकॉज नाउ द रेट्स हैज बीन स्लैश डाउन। उसको कम कीजिए, उसके लिए थोड़ा सा 5-6 हजार रुपए का अगर चार्जेस देने होंगे बैंक को, डू इट, गिव इट टू देम, नो प्रॉब्लम। बट डू नॉट क्लोज द लोन। वाई? बिकॉज अभी आप क्या करेंगे, अगर अनदर क्राइम करेंगे, वो सस्ता पैसा जो विच यू आर गेटिंग फॉर यूज, नो यू आर पेइंग इट एंड नॉट मेकिंग द मनी ऑफ 15% इन मार्केट और द म्यूचुअल फंड और द SIP और द अदर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स। सो अगेन यू आर डूइंग द डबल क्राइम। पहले तो लेना नहीं था, ले लिया तो अभी जल्दी कर रहे हो आप उसको पे करने की, राइट? डोंट डू दैट। That is a very honest answer I'm telling, and I have a lot of data about it, right? So I'm giving you this by after analyzing so much of data, huge data. Yeah.
So next one is how to select SIP and which where we have to invest.
So
Fund.
you can ask the Imperial Money staff. Simple. You can call to Imperial Money staff. We're going to see to it. But yes, go always if you're starting the new SIP, go with the multi cap, flexi cap, and large and mid cap. These are the 3 categories which actually will going to give you fantastic money out of it, even if you're not going to use your brain, right? So these are the 3 important categories wherein you can really go for. And little more, if you want to deep dive, you can always ask to our staff. We are here to help them out.
So next one is, sir, I am earning 25K per month.
Mhm.
So how much amount I have to invest?
4,000 rupees, 20%
4,000.
at least. I'll tell you the reason. पहला सैलरी जैसे मेरा पहला सैलरी 3,500 का था, एंड देन व्हेन आई जॉइंड वन फार्मा कंपनी आई गेट अराउंड 6,000 रुपीज। तो मेरा 3,500 में भी काम नहीं होता था, लेकिन मेरा 6,000 में भी काम नहीं होता था, believe me. And this is the same story with everyone, right, Jesh bhai? This story is
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
right? So whatever the salary which somebody is having, you should religiously make sure 20 to 30% should go into savings. Religiously, I use the word religiously.
So next question is, how long should we continue SIP?
जब तक जिंदा है और जब तक सैलरी आ रही है. जब तक सैलरी आ रही है, जिस दिन सैलरी बैन, SWP चालू.
As long as inflow is there, outflow should continue.
As simple as it is. जिस दिन
When
inflow
inflow
बंद,
comes,
outflow चालू.
when inflow stops,
Outflow
SWP
चालू.
starts.
Yeah, simple.
Okay.
Then-
The next one is, when we get increment, so how we will continue our SIP with this increment?
That is
And
very important question, Sonam. That's really important. Believe me, I'm telling you. So when you people are giving the increment to the staff, right? तो एक दिन पहले तो काम उतने पैसे से भी चल रहा था, right? No, all of a sudden all खर्चाs are coming, right? मतलब फिर मुझे ना वो मेरा 14 आईफोन है, उसको 17 पे अपग्रेड करना है. मतलब शर्ट मुझे जो मैं नॉर्मल पहनता था उसको आई नीड टू वेयर देन, और एकदम बकाड़ी की शर्ट पहनना है, मतलब राइट, और मेरे पे सारे खर्चे आ जाते हैं. आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन, आप पैसा कमा रहे हो, खर्चा करने के लिए कमा रहे हो, आई अग्री विद दैट, बट make sure that the first increment when you are getting from the company, उसका 30% should go to the savings again. How much, Sonam? 30%. ऐसा मान के चलिए कि अपने को मंगेश साहब ने पैसा नहीं दिया, इंक्रीमेंट जो मेरा हुआ है वो सिर्फ 70% हुआ है, बाकी 30% मंगेश साहब के नाम पे उनको नॉमिनी करके डाल दीजिए. नॉमिनी ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर 30% इज मिस्टर मंगेश गाड़गे, राइट? एंड प्लीज सेव इट. You're going to lifetime, you're going to say thanks to Mangesh Gadge. Believe me, I'm telling you. That is the only simple answer.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Mangesh sir to share the vote of thanks.
Uh, thank you, Sonam, and thank you, Deep sir. It was wonderful session. Yeah. I thought it would be one-sided discussion, and you will come over here and will address with some tips. Yeah, usually what happens, and yesterday's incidents was, you will give some tips with these stocks and that stocks, but you change entire perspective of investment. Yeah, just definitely pate ki baat I am not going to forget. Yeah, so that entire slide pate ki baat was the ki whatever you are earning
Yeah.
minus saving, then
Yeah.
expenses. That
Right.
formula you change the entire approach. Yeah, so this is very important, and definitely whatever your guidance and your experience regarding the loan, personal loan, how to take it, and credit card loan, how to avoid it. That was wonderful. You changed the entire perspective. And I'm very sure you, since you know the entire pharma, how it works, how they earn incentive. Yeah, so it's a really good one. Yeah. At the same time, I'm very sure there are many like at my age who are looking, so what should be the corpus fund at the time of retirement? How to create that corpus?
True.
Okay. It's wonderful session. Thank you very much. Yeah. And I thank entire Intasians also, yeah, for attending this. And I'm very sure you must have learned many things by this session. And I'll request all Intasians to, share your feedback, comment, and at the same time, you can suggest some topics also where we can call the expert particular for that subject,
Right.
and you can throw some light.
Sure.
Yeah. So thank you, Deep sir, for your wonderful session, and it was very interesting.
Thank you very much. Rather, you invited because it's great to be with Intas, such a big company, such a big corporate house, and to address the Intasians is always the privileged and honored rather. And thank you very much, Jayesh bhai and the entire Mangesh sahab. आपने तो बहुत efforts दिए. I know that this would not have been possible because of your without your support. You are the big boss.
Well, thank you very much. It
Jayesh
was
bhai,
it
thank you.
was
Thanks a lot.
very
Thank you,
interesting
sir.
and interest of
Thank you
everyone.
very much.
Thank you very much.
थैंक यू वेरी मच जय मिलते हैं
Thank you everyone who have participated, joined this call. Thank you.
थैंक्स अ लॉट थैंक यू बाय सर
Thank you. So we can disconnect now. Yeah. Thank you, Sonam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.